Hello, what's up, Austin? We got episode number 27 coming at you here. Yep, I think that's right, 27.
Yep. 27.
That's the one after 26, I believe.
How was your weekend?
It was a weekend. So first off, I'm down here getting gas in town, and I'm driving around, and like half of the little nozzle things have that yellow tape on it that's like, do not use, out of order. So I'm like, okay, cool. And I drive by, and so you know how you like, when you pull up to the gas thing, if they're both empty, you like pull through the first one and go to the second one so someone can pull up behind you and use the one behind you. Okay, so those two were both taken. The person in the back was already done. They were just sitting in their car with their car on, waiting for the person in the front to go. And all the other stalls were either out of order or taken. And so she's just sitting there with her car running. And I can tell that this is the case because the nozzle is already lifted up, hooked back on the thing, and she's pulled forward a bit. She's like 2 feet off this other person's bumper. And so I'm like, one right there's a red flag. I'm like, what the fuck you doing? You're sitting 2 feet off of someone else's bumper while they're pumping gas at the gas station, you whack job. And she's just sitting there, like waiting. I could see gas coming out of the exhaust pipe, just like waiting. I'm like, just back up. Just move. Just get out. I need to use the pump. You're done. Just back up and get out of there. Like this person, I drive by like nice and slow so I can see what they're doing. And I'm squinting real hard, and I look at the little computer screen, and they had just started pumping gas. It was at like fucking 3 gallons or something like that. And I'm like, you bitch. Just back up and move. And so I do like another lap, and by the time I came around, someone on the like polar opposite end of her had moved. So I was like, come back around, and I saw them go off. I was like, God damn it, now I have to make another half a lap, and hopefully I saw another car pulling up. I'm like, you son of a bitch. And they ended up not going to the gas pump anyway, thankfully, because they would have beat me to it. But I came around and I ended up pulling in. But I was just like, what the fuck? I pumped my gas.
Welcome back home, dude.
Dude, get the fuck out of here. I pump my gas, and I start driving off, and the girl's still sitting there. The first car has driven off, and she's still sitting there, and she's like on her phone at this point, and I'm like,
I can't stand that shit. Like, put your phone away. Yeah. There's no reason for your phone to be out. Just get the goddamn gas and get out.
I'm just like, what are you doing? Come on. Get the fuck out of the way. So anyway, that's how my morning started. Yesterday, Geno Smith, I tell you what, man, Seattle Seahawks backup quarterback. I was confident. We started the game, and I was like, Geno Smith, that's my quarterback right there. That's my quarterback. I was excited. And at the end of the game, I was like, Geno Smith, that's not my fucking quarterback there. Fuck that guy. Get him off the field.
No, we suck again.
Where's Cam Newton? Start getting into talks with him.
No.
Yeah, dude, just a couple weeks, 2-3 weeks, sign up, give him like $1 million or something, like 500,000.
I can't do the outfits. I can't do them.
Oh, the off the field kind of look.
Fucking like feathered hat shit, looking like Sherlock Holmes, and his dreadlocks are sticking out of his bougie Gucci hat because he because he had to cut a fucking hole in his hat to make sure his weird ass man bun sticks out to the side.
Oh, I've never seen that,
dude. Oh my god,
I've seen his goofy hats. I haven't seen any that have.
He's got some hats that like have a fucking hole. Like somebody just grabbed a knife or scissors and like cut the top of the hat just for his little fucking dumbass spike of like dreadlock hair to come out to the side. So he's like, he'll be sitting at press conferences looking like Sherlock Holmes, and he's got his fucking do-wig.
Could you imagine if like any one of those dudes with like long ass just fucking, so he's got long ass dreadlocks. Think of some like pasty ass white guy that's just got like long ass blonde hair, and he's wearing like a fedora that's cut off on the top, and he's just got like braids or something coming out the top. You're like, what the fuck?
He's got his Johnny Bravo spike that goes out to the side.
Oh, there you go. It's all like puffed up on one side.
Nah, I don't want Cam, dude.
No?
Nah, I'd rather just stick it out with Geno for these next 2 games and then the bye week.
My quarterback.
Yeah,
Geno Smith, get the fuck off the field. Did you see the way he tried scrambling at the end and carrying the ball like this? And goddamn TJ Watt just comes around and he's like, not today, Satan.
Taking a sack on 3rd down.
Was it like third and it was not that long, was it?
Nah, dude. I thought
like
it was
4, like 3rd and 7, or like, I don't know.
Dude takes a sack. Now we got a punt.
Not only takes a sack,
we
he tries
been
rushing.
In field goal. Yeah, dude. It's so for and then
I'm not
Alex,
gonna lie though, that TJ Watt yesterday,
dude, he's
one
stud.
He's a stud. He's an animal. 2, he just had a killer game. He had 2 blatant like bat downs throughout the entire game.
Hey, guess who he dominated all fucking game? Dwayne Brown, the same lineman who held out of fucking camp pretty much because he wanted to get paid the big bucks at the age of like 38.
Oh, get the fuck
no,
out
dude!
Of here.
I swear to God, check his age. He's like 36 and up, and he wanted to be paid like he's a fucking 24-year-old lineman.
Jesus Christ!
Like, yeah. And now he's getting wrecked this whole year, and everybody's like, yeah, that's probably why we didn't pay you, dude.
God damn. Yeah, no, I was just watching that TJ Watt at the end of the game. I was like, man.
He's an animal. Cameron Hayward's been doing it since we were young.
He's
way
still
doing it.
When they were like breaking down that final play, when Geno, because we were like, okay, it panned the camera around and it showed it from like Geno's kind of view, like that camera angle from the backside, the Seahawks play. And I was like, okay, I kind of see like the opening he's trying to take here, and he's trying to rush, and he takes off, and he's carrying the ball like a goddamn idiot out in front of him. He's not. If you're gonna rush with the ball, tuck that bitch, tuck that son of a bitch. Don't carry it out in front of you. But anyway, so I see the open field, but just the sheer skill of T.J. Watt. He's around the right side, and he's looking through fucking 3 or 4 Seahawks defenders, and the second he sees Geno Smith,
your quarterback.
Yeah, Geno Smith fucking take off. He's already like beelining it around these goddamn defenders and diving for the strip. And I'm just like, dude, gets the strip, gets the fucking ball back for him. Like, that's a goddamn athlete. Why we need to sign someone like that. And everyone's all trying to suck down Jamal Adams like he's the best goddamn, what is he, middle linebacker? Goddamn, whatever he is in the fucking league. Oh, Jamal Adams, if he plays off the line, he's kind of trash. But if he plays up on the line, he's the best goddamn linebacker in the league. Yeah, there's no goddamn doubt about that. But that's what everyone says. I still don't fucking see it.
You know who he look? You remember you ever seen the replacements with Keanu Reeves?
No.
Shane Falco? Okay,
sorry, man.
You're an uncultured fucking swine.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I was going to say that if you have seen that movie, the receiver has a problem catching.
Is Keanu Reeves a wide receiver?
No, he's a quarterback. Come on, bro. White guy. Quarterback,
Dude,
mid-2000s.
Keanu Reeves plays a quarterback?
Yeah, they're tight ends. Bro, it's my Shane Falco shirt that I always wear.
What? That's so cool. I got to see this
One of the greatest
movie.
movies ever. One of the greatest movies ever.
Keanu Reeves can do it all, man.
It's called The Replacements. It's about a bunch of guys who used to be football studs in college or like somewhere else, and then like maybe another pro team or something. Cast out, they're like all fucking security guards, like scrubbing garbages or whatever.
Yeah.
And then there's a holdout or a lockout or something for the regular players because of like the contract issues or something. So then all these new guys go in, replace the team, and play for a couple games and try and make it to the playoffs for the first time.
Oh, my God.
Oh, dude, fucking great movie.
That's amazing.
But he reminds me of Jamal Adams fucking right in the fucking face, dude. Like, smack the shit out of him. One of those. Hey, it's a good thing we pay him a third of our salary, though.
Dude.
I'm so glad that Russell Wilson, who's on the sideline right now, injured, Jamal Adams, who can't fucking catch a ball to save his life. He, hands down, is
you're
probably,
talking about that pass that they threw at him that was just like, doing.
If he intercepts that, we win.
Did you see him, though?
If he intercepts that, we go down, score, win, because all we have to do is hit a field goal.
On the slow-mo replay
it's at the
of
end
that,
of the game.
They showed the slow-mo replay, and from the angle that you can see him, his eyes are like totally looking on some guy over here, and the ball's zinging in at him, and it like not until it's like right here does he look back and see it, and he's like trying to catch it.
I'd have to actually see that, because if
we watched the replay, and my buddy even called it out. I was like, really?
If that's actually true, where he didn't see it till last second, then I would have to give him. I would have to take back my words, but I don't know, dude. It looked like he was looking dead straight on that thing, and just like ding, and fucking like.
We all thought so too, because we're all like, dude, what the dude. Trust me, man. We had the same reaction. What the fuck is that? It hit you.
I was playing cornhole and I saw it and I was like, fuck, and threw the bag up against the fence.
You just drain one in cornhole. Fuck.
Airmail it, yeah.
Oh, man. You can't throw overhand in cornhole, can you? Mm-mm. Oh, damn. Fuck. You whip it over there underhand. Ah! Oh, man. But, yeah, no, he was looking crooked over here somewhere else.
And dude, I'm not blaming Bobby for yesterday, but
Bobby Wagner's a goddamn animal, man.
He's an animal, but bro, okay, for the amount of money he's getting, he's got to be the old Bobby Wagner.
Hey, props to that rookie kid on defense, that safety or corner or whoever it was. Huge third and like 2 play.
Was it us?
They had the ball. It was like 3rd and 4 or something. And Roethlisberger threw something out on like the screen route over here, and he had open field to run up, and the kid fucking disengages from the receive. The second he sees Roethlisberger throw the ball, he leaves his guy and comes down and just fucking, oh, dude. The receiver caught the ball and turned to go upfield and was like 2 yards from the first down line, and this kid comes up and just fucking drops down and plows this guy and just stops him, drops him backwards. Like, they did not get any fucking yardage on that play. I was just like, oh, man. It was at basically one of those at the very end of the game, kind of, if they convert this 3rd down, I think the game's probably going to be fucking over for us, because they're going to be able to, like, kick the field goal and win it or something. And he just fucking stopped.
Chris Boswell, ice in his veins. I thought, dude, he was so bad. When he had that 52-yarder or something at the end to put them up or something, I was like,
that was good.
I was like, fuck, bro. And then Jason Myers goes up, and I was like, oh god damn. And we were like, was it like 43 or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. We had a game time field goal, and I was watching him. I was like, oh man.
Here we go.
I was like, oh god, I think he's gonna shake.
Here we go again.
Well, because the wind over in Ohio is way harder than it is over here.
Ohio?
Or I mean Pennsylvania. I was thinking about Cincinnati, because I was thinking about all those missed field goals. Aaron Rodgers and
Green Bay.
Yeah, Mason Crosby and that rookie McPherson missed like a combined 5 or 6 field goals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was just going back and forth. I was watching the end of that game. I was like, oh, there's another one. Oh fuck, there's 4 in a row, man. Like, it was nuts. Naughty.
Yeah, that was a rough game to watch. I just watched that Squid Game shit that you told me about all weekend.
Oh, man. What did you think of that show?
So, okay, if you guys don't want to watch the video anymore, we're going to have spoilers about it.
Skip ahead to, I don't know, because I haven't figured it out yet. I'll put it in the video. Skip ahead to blah, 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 right here.
Shut up.
Fucking God, I'm such an idiot.
Just do it. You don't gotta tell them about it.
All right. I'm excited because I've kind of starting to figure out how to I barely use
the little you're gonna be like
Photoshop
you're gonna be producing the shit out of people's videos.
You're like bam, explosions and shit.
But I watched that Squid Game. I will admit, I kind of thought it was gonna be dumb that after the first episode, but then the second episode was a snoozer.
Oh, where they're all coming back to the game.
Fuck,
dude, I almost stopped watching right then and there. I was like,
yeah. No, the only thing that kept me going was you said you were like, dude,
just get through it.
You were like, two's a snoozer, but you got to get through it.
Just get through it.
So I was like, okay, if Cole says so. So I get through that one. 3 was what got me. 3 was good.
Let's see. What was
green light was the
game?
first. Green light, red light was the first one.
Okay, let me just ask you about that. When you or no, I told you about what happened, and then you watched the show, didn't I?
Yeah. You told it on here because I was like, I don't think I'm gonna watch it. You know.
That's right. But what did you think of that when they first are just like bopping, that first guy drops, and then his buddy gets up and he's like, "Stop fucking around," and then
I don't understand how when they shot him, no blood exploded, but every other person after that died, it was like the Kingsman. They just make all the deaths just super
the most gruesome shit you can think of.
Yeah, so it was just like, and I mean, well done hiding the blood, because even when he was laying on the ground, there was no puddle of blood. You didn't see the blood
not until
he
his
literally
buddy gets
spit
up there.
It up. Yeah. So that was good. What'd you think of that? The cookie cut, the sugar game, dude. Oh man, if I would have picked Umbrella, I would have been fucked. I would have been so fucked, and I wouldn't have thought about licking. I would have never thought about that.
I saw a video. It was one of those. It was like Barstool people or something recreating like the Squid Game.
Oh, lowering the bar,
something like that. I can't remember, but they were like recreating that one, and they made those little cookies, and some people started licking it, and it wasn't really fucking working.
Yeah,
it wasn't really dissolving. They still had to like poke at it and shit, and they were like, "God damn, this is actually really fucking hard."
Yeah, and they gave them like what 15 minutes in the show.
Something like that, yeah.
Dude, they gave him a fucking dumb short amount of time, and I was just like, how does anybody actually get through this?
Well, for the sake of the show, it was pretty interesting, and the whole thought of him, like, the concept of him licking it and it being like a sugar kind of cookie that just sort of dissolves, that makes sense. But I feel like it would be more of you'd have to sit there and like suck on it kind of thing. Like,
yeah, and then you would break it because, then your teeth, you'd actually bite.
Yeah.
Dude, I would bite down on it. And anytime I had like a Jolly Rancher or something like that, I would start like
chewing on it.
And I'm like,
anytime,
all right, sweet. That was
anytime you go to a restaurant and you're leaving and you pick up the little toothpick at the very end, it only lasts about 30 seconds with me. I'm always like, okay, I use it, put it in my mouth, and then literally within 10 or 15 seconds, I'm just like,
I
just start chewing on the toothpick. I'm like, okay, gotta spit this out now.
Yeah, but that and then towards the middle, I was trying to figure out who the front man was.
Like who the
silver mask dude, the guy who's in charge, who thought we all was in charge at the beginning. And then he ends up being the dude's brother.
The cop's brother.
I was like, what?
He ends up being a winner of the games. And because remember, the cop gets there and he's looking through all, because that's the whole reason he goes there in the first place, is
to find his brother.
And so
I thought his brother was honestly the dude in the first game, the red light, green light, not the yellow haired kid that got shot first.
The friend.
The friend, yeah.
He looks like him.
I thought that was him, dude. I was like, oh man, he's gonna find out his brother's dead,
But then you realize he goes into the record books and he finds the one from, what was it, like supposed to be 1995 or something like that, or 2005 or something. And his brother was the winner of that year or that game, and so he was like, what the fuck? And so his brother somehow was part of the Squid Games and then won the Squid Games and then became part of the Squid Games.
Pretty much in charge of the Squid Games.
Yeah, and I don't know. That gun, that silver fucking like whatever he's carrying around, I couldn't tell. It was like
slick
1911 or something. That thing was badass. I'll have to go back and like rewatch it or just look it up somewhere, because some gun nerd already probably saw that and was like, oh, that's a Smith & Wesson blah, 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 or that's a Colt. Oh, fuck. Okay, dude. Super nerd. I'll just have to go look it up and figure it out. But anyway, that's a cool looking fucking gun.
Did you think that the front man would have been his brother?
Nah, I had not a clue. I just thought he was going to go there.
Zero clue, dude.
I just honestly thought he was going to go there. And once I saw him like looking through the records and figured out what he was doing, I was just going to be like, oh, okay, he's just going to figure out like his brother died in one of the games or something like that. Okay, it's going to be no big deal. But then he's like, his brother was a winner. And so I'm like, okay, so his brother's still got to be alive somewhere, unless he died of something else since, like natural causes or something, from 95 until now. And then I didn't really think much of it. And then it comes around, they're standing there looking at each other, And then he shoots his brother, and then his brother takes his mask off, and he's like, "Oh my God, why?" And he's like, "Fuck you."
Yeah.
And then
dude, fuck that old guy.
Dude.
Actually, is it bad of me to still bless you?
Thank you.
To still not think badly, like too badly of him at the end when him and the main character were sitting there, and he was lying in his deathbed, and I was like, I still don't kind of like the guy, but I don't hate the guy for what he did.
Well, I guess I just don't really,
because he gave all these people an opportunity to get out of debt. He just did it in the most fucked up way possible.
Yeah,
and all
that's true.
And all of it ended, dude. When the front man was like, "You guys are horses. You bet on horses. We just bet on humans. You're our horses." Pretty much. I was like, "Oh fuck."
I thought that was a great analogy to the foreshadowing from the whole very first episode
when
where
they're all fucking going nuts over the horse races.
At the
and
horse
shit.
races,
and he's
right?
Like, come on. Like, dude, these guys are literally punching the shit out of each other.
Oh, they're going fucking bananas. And then later on, he says that, and you're like, oh shit. Think of how these rich people feel watching them, but not being like, ah! Just being like, fuck, yo, watch that motherfucker.
Yeah, dude. It's kind of weird that they were all wearing masks. I didn't really get that.
I would have okay, it's weird. I do and I don't understand it. Let's put it this way. Let me explain it. So I understand that they're rich motherfuckers that need to wear masks to hide their identity because they don't want anyone to know who's there paying and watching all these people get fucked up. So I get that, even though it's kind of like this fraternity of sorts of these rich fucking people. So I get that they need to wear masks, and I also understand that if you're a rich motherfucker, you would want your mask to stand out and be more extravagant than the other person's mask. I just don't understand why they all picked animal heads.
Dude, that one guy had a fucking water buffalo one, and it looked super weird.
It was weird. The one guy had the fucking antlers on his.
Yeah, and another guy was a rabbit.
Oh yeah, the one was a fucking it was weird, super whack.
Yeah, they chose the most choose a fucking bear or a lion or something.
What? Okay, so at one point in the show, you remember when it shows the one mask that's not being worn? It's the super fancy rabbit mask or some shit
that was the old dudes.
It was the old dudes. Before you know it's the old dude, you see it once when no one's wearing it, and then you see it once when the silver masked guy that we think is in charge talking to him before you know
in the room, and then he sets it down.
Yeah, and you don't know it's the old dude yet. Who did you think it was going to be when it was at that scene? And you're like, oh, so you find that the rich person is at least there or visiting.
Dude, I thought it was that doctor that was doing all that surgery shit.
Oh yeah.
But then after when I saw him do the surgery shit, I was like, no, why would he be doing all that shit?
Yeah.
And having guns pointed at him and him be in charge. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
And then he ended up dying an episode later. So I was like, definitely not him.
Not that guy.
Couldn't take him out. Nah, dude, I never thought it was the old dude. I thought it was just some fucking...
Just another rich fuck.
Just another rich fuck that we hadn't met yet in the story.
At one point, I thought...
I should have looked at the hands, though, because when you rewatch it at the end... when they play back that scene in episode 9
in the memory or some shit,
and they show that it's actually the old guy. If you see that same scene where he's setting down the mask that you see earlier in the season, we should have looked at his hands.
I might just go rewatch it and see if it's an old person's hands.
No, they are.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, they're old as fuck. So I was like, bro, that should have kind of given it away right there.
Yeah. Well, since I didn't pay attention to that, obviously, at one point, since we didn't know the silver mask guy's identity yet, I almost thought that was going to be the brother of the cop.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah.
I thought that the
not
rabbit,
the front man, not the rabbit, the main dude.
Yeah, no, I thought the person that was wearing the fancy rabbit mask was going to be
the brother.
The brother, yeah.
Okay.
Because we didn't know the identity of the silver mask guy with the fancy gun.
Yeah.
That actually was the brother.
Were you actually rooting for the the main character, because I kind of found myself not really rooting for him at all. Like during honestly during the whole fucking series.
Yeah, throughout the whole series, I was just kind of like,
if he dies, he dies.
Yeah, like, whatever. Ivan Drago. If he dies, he dies.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Whatever. I don't give a shit about this guy.
I was kind of rooting for the girl the whole time.
I was too. Yeah, the fucking North Korean girl.
Yeah, yep. Yeah. I was like, come on, like do it for your family. Come on. Because then you end up finding out that her parents were actually dead.
Mm-hmm.
So
she's trying to get her mother back or something. You think her mother's still alive, but
yeah, but she had said something where she got lost at like the sea, or
she got caught in China and then got sent back to North Korea.
I thought that was the dad, and then he got executed.
I don't know.
Either way, it was one of the parents. You didn't know if the other one was alive. At the end, she just says,
"I'm trying to get my mother back."
Pretty much, yeah. And then, oh man, her little brother's in that orphanage.
Man. How do you feel about the little brother going to the mom that loses her shitbag billionaire in debt son?
Didn't really make sense.
Yeah. I mean, like,
I didn't really have a feeling towards it. I was like, okay, cool. He's got a good home to go to.
I think it was just kind of a way to tie up two loose ends together. Just sort of like, there's a kid that needs.
Well, that, and then he probably wanted to give that money.
Yeah.
Now, do you think he gave that money because of the girl or because of Sang-woo, his friend? You know what I'm saying?
I'm saying he didn't give the money to the mom because he felt bad for his friend. He felt bad for the mom because his friend was such a shitbag. And so he was like,
okay.
Fuck you, but your mom was always sweet and nice to me.
See, I think he gave the money because he knew the girl probably would have won.
I think it's both. Probably
he had a small hint that he knew the girl would have won because that's why his friend, you know.
Well, he also knew, I think his friend said earlier on the show, he also knew that if his friend couldn't pay the debt, they were going to come after the mom's shop. So he gave the mom the money to pay off all the debts. And
you're right. Because at the end, when they're both the last two,
yeah,
when they're having that, he's like, please take care of my mom. Like,
yeah,
they're going to get her or whatever, or some shit. Okay, so
dude,
yeah, that makes sense.
The fucking, oh my God.
You know what I didn't really get was the hoe.
The weird lady.
Bro, that was...
She just threw a wrench in the whole fucking show.
Like, honestly, do they just have to, like, throw in a sex scene pretty much in Asian, like, culture?
I don't know. I've never watched any other Korean.
I mean, like, any other movie that, you know, so there's always, like, like, boobs flying around or something when it has to do with, like, all the Hangover movies that took part in the
true,
like all titties. Now whether they were dudes or not, you know, because there was that one movie they had a joke about. But
one of my friends at work, she said that Squid Game isn't even one of the best Korean like drama shows out there. She said it was just one of the ones that caught traction over here that someone mentioned, and everybody like took attention to. She said she has a friend that like went and lived in Korea and watched Squid Game and was like, this isn't even that good. Like, we've got way better shows than this one.
Yeah, they had there's one called Parasite.
All right.
That's pretty good. Is it Parasite? Yeah, I think it's Parasite. Gotta watch that one in Korean as well.
All right.
But
maybe I'll check that one out.
Yeah, that one's I haven't seen it, but I've heard pretty good reviews on that. That would be another Korean like drama.
All right.
Oh man.
Yeah, right.
Excuse me, dude. No, I haven't been eating well.
Man, I'm gonna have the shits here soon. I can already feel it in my stomach turning.
Bro, we're only half hour in. You about to shit your pants already.
I'm getting the bubble guts here. I'm like, ooh boy, here we go.
Because you have fucking Red Bull so early in the morning.
I know, I shouldn't have. I'm like, I'm dying, man.
So were there any did you feel sad at any point?
Yeah, so when the goddamn the only points that made me sad both had to do with the North Korean girl. One was when she was playing marbles with the other Asian girl. I can't remember, the South Korean girl. And
Ji Sung.
Yeah, I don't remember their names. And
you gotta pay attention to shit, dog. Come on.
And she just kind of like drops the marble and was like, yeah, you win. Like, you're a great person. Go on with your life. Take care of your brother. I was like, fuck, man. And then you straight up see, like, as she's walking away in the background, you see the guy just straight up, boom. I was like, at least like turn the corner or something so you don't got to watch her head get blown off.
I wonder if people watch that in South Korea and that was trying to show a message like, hey, South Koreans and North Koreans can be good together. Kind of like a side thought, you know, because that's a huge fucking issue. Some South Koreans will give away North Koreans,
really,
because they're acquainted with the Chinese.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, so sometimes they'll give them away. They'll be like, nope, send them back to China, and then they go from China to North Korea, and it is not good.
No,
if you come back from China to North Korea.
The only other part that really got me is right before she gets killed or dies or whatever you want to call it, when she's talking to the main guy and she's like, basically they make that deal and she says, promise me that if one of us makes it out of here, we'll take care of the other one's family. And he's like, we're both going to make it out of here. And she's like, still promise me. And he never actually does. She says that. And
yeah, but he kind of does like a... I noticed that about the main character. He would never agree to shit. He would just sit there and he would like shakedly like, yeah, like agree to it, and then they would continue the scene.
Yeah.
Well, what was fucked, dude, was when they're walking across the glass, and all three of them make it, and that's how she pretty much ends up getting fucked up.
Yeah,
because one of the shards fucking hit her when they blew up the glass at the end when the time ran out.
Oh, is that why all the glass blew up?
Yeah, because
the time ran out.
Yeah, time ran out. So if you're still standing on the platform, they got to have some way of.
Oh man, dude, I don't got the bubble guts anymore.
Your fucking chair literally was talking to me right there.
Woo, I don't got the bubble guts anymore. That feels good.
The chair in Austin hour instead of Cole.
Yeah, no
sick
shit.
Fuck, dude. We're in the middle of a podcast. Have some fucking decency. Oh, and then you're going to wave it. Oh, you son of a bitch. Dude. Oh.
I'm so sorry, man.
No, you're not, dude. You literally, how could you be sorry? How could you be sorry when I watched you look at me dead in the eye the whole time, and then you casually lifted up your ass cheek, and you fucking... like fucking, and then you're gonna sit there and fucking waft it everywhere towards me and drop me like the next fucking caged animal in the zoo, you fucking fiend.
Rona ain't got nothing on this shit,
dude. Rona doesn't exist in this room. I just watched all the COVID particles drop down onto the fucking ground because they don't want to live anymore. They're like, fuck. They're like, damn, this dude fucked us up. We're out.
Oh, Jesus. That's funny.
Sorry, just go get double vax. You'll be fine.
Yeah, you're going to need something to protect you from this. Jesus Christ.
I'm going to need 6 boosters after I just smelled this dude's ass.
Oh, fuck.
All right, what are we talking about? Fucking before you just...
the bridge exploding and the glass shard coming up and hitting her in the gut. That was like...
So the time ran out, so they had to, you know, if people are just going to stand on the platform the whole time, they had to have a way for the glass to break.
I think
but
that was...
an explosion to where a shard like the size of this goddamn corner of the picture frame.
I think that was just a way to...
get her out.
Because if you think of all the other games...
She was outsmarting the fuck out of them.
Well, no, like you think of all the other games that... like the first one, anyone that was left, like red light, green light, anyone that didn't make it after the last red light, like they all just got shot dead.
Yeah.
At the next game, the cookie one, like they just got shot dead at the end. Yeah. The tug of war, there was no like timer at the very end. It was just like whichever team won.
Yeah.
So you'd think that what was the other game?
The marbles.
Everyone just got shot at the end.
Yeah.
And then that was the only one where something crazy happened, where you'd think, like, if they weren't just trying to kill off a character, they would have played it off in a way to where, say, if there was someone left on the bridge, they would have probably just, like, drop the panels and everyone falls to the ground.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have gone blah, 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 blah. And because then what would have happened? Someone like the glass, they would have got shot up in the air with some explosion and a whole bunch of glass in the air and then fallen straight down, like, or the glass just randomly explode beneath them and then they would
It's
fall.
just like a little pop. It's like,
yeah, like I don't understand, because if it was just a little pop, the glass shard would not have come up and jabbed her in the fucking side. It would have had to been a huge fucking explosion.
It was deep too.
Yeah, it was like a
dude. When she tried pulling it out, you could see the part that was.
Let me just say this. Glass is fucking sharp enough. Glass is sharp enough to go in you like that, but it's also sharp enough to where if you grab it like that and pull it out, you're slicing your fucking hand. Yeah. I've cut myself on so much glass at work just from like.
Plus, you got a bloody hand. She already had a bloody hand, so you know it's slippery as fuck.
Yeah.
Oh man,
dude, it's brutal. Like you would have to like grab it from the top and bottom where it's not sharp and pull it out, and which is going to be fucking hard, mind you, because it's like lodged in your gut. But like the amount of times, like say a cup at my work chips or something and I don't see it and I like just kind of poke it with my thumb, or like it scrapes the outside of my hand. You're or
like,
something.
Ooh, that kind of hurt.
It's like, oh, like, yeah, whatever, it hurt, but like it cuts you really easy. So like there's no way you're just like yanking that right out of you.
Yeah,
it's not happening like that.
Thought that was kind of fucked that they did that to her.
I thought it was diggity fucked that the guy just comes over, and when the main character's like, someone help me, I've got a flat tire, and take this glass shard out of this lady over here. Like, someone help me. The other guy comes over here, and he's just like, fucking kills her in her bed.
Yeah, that was fucked.
And he's like, what are you doing? The main character, what are you doing? And he's just like, there's only two of us.
Yeah, he's like, it's down on us now. Dude, and then the fucking last game literally starts right after he killed her.
Yeah, I think that the timing of each game is oddly peculiar, because you notice when they cause the
fight during the night.
Yes, they like go to bed right away, and right as they go to bed and like lights go out, the fight starts, and after what 10 minutes of fighting or something, like not that long of a fight scene, the lights flip back on and they're like, all right, everybody line up. They all line up. That's like the end of the episode or something. And then the beginning of the next episode, they're all lined up and they're being numbered off, and they're like, all right, next game starts now. And it's like, whoa. It's still like midnight. It's still like nighttime, isn't it?
Yeah, like they were supposed to go. They literally just got back from the game. Wasn't it the cookie cutter one?
Yeah, because I think they go right into the tug of war, don't they?
Yeah, they sat there, think about going to sleep. Then they start breaking a fight for 10 minutes, and then all of a sudden it's like, all right, next game, motherfucker, let's go. And I was like, wait, what? Like,
because they break into a fight because they took extra food, correct?
Yep.
And they took extra food because it was fucking dinner time. It was nighttime.
And they only had one egg.
Yeah.
And that ended up being the reason they did that, is because they want everybody to fight and shit.
What I don't understand is how early on, before they like voted to leave or something, when they started fighting, all the guards were like, no violence, and they like tried shooting at them or something, and they were like, they shot in the air, and they're like, nope, no violence, none of that shit.
Oh, when he was like, like, if you don't want to be here, then you leave. Why can't I be here?
Yeah, or something like that. And they're like, no fucking violence at all. And then later
they let
on,
the fight break out.
They're like, all right, let this like secret game kind of begin, which is the breaking out the fight. And it's just sort of like, okay, let them all kill each other and see who's gonna die. Like,
yeah, it was.
What the fuck? This doesn't make any sense. There was just a couple plot holes that I didn't entirely understand.
Well, obviously, it's probably going to be a second season, because at the end, he sees the same shit happening to a random dude that happened to him. And he's like, no, don't fucking do it. Don't go to the games. And then he takes that guy's card and he calls him, and it's the front man that answers.
I fucking love how he calls him, and he's like, oh, yeah, if you want to come be part of the game. And he's like, no, motherfucker, I'm coming for you. And he's like, player 456, listen here, motherfucker. And he's
you
like,
better
don't
think
come out.
He's like, you better think about this twice.
It was him instantly.
And then all of a sudden he turns around off the terminal on the plane and starts walking back. I was
it's
like,
some Matrix shit. He turns around in a suit and he's like, I'm coming back.
Yeah. I didn't get the red hair part.
I don't either.
There was an article I saw on I think it was Twitter or something, of the reasoning behind it. I didn't click on it.
Why the fuck?
Because it was before I had seen the show.
You didn't want to ruin it.
So, well, I just wouldn't have fucking known, and I probably would have ruined some parts. So I would have.
Yeah, I mean, like,
I'll have to look it up after this episode and see why he fucking went red pinkish hair.
Well, he went into that shop and he was like, looked like Mr. Miyagi and had the fucking
bro, he did, dude. Okay,
straight up.
I fucking thought that was the same character that played Mr. Miyagi, but then I was like, no, how could that be him? Because he's younger. But dude, he fucking
legit
spit. I should have messaged you about that. I was like, I think I cracked a joke while I was watching it to myself. I was like, bro, who let Mr. Miyagi in the fucking.
Anyways, he goes into the barber or the salon and he's just like, spruce me up. So they fucking slap some red hair on him. And so I don't think it was supposed to be anything like, I'm sure that it's going to play some sort of significant role in the second season.
I think it identity. Because the monitors at the game would probably just see, because remember they took his picture?
Yeah.
That maybe the system's not smart enough and it sees a different hair color or sees something. Because remember, because that system's programmed a certain way. Because then during the red light, green light, when the old man, he knows the song and how it goes. Mm-hmm. So that's why he was casually walking. Everybody was like, what the fuck is wrong with this dude? Like, this dude just got shot and this old man's just like,
he's just like,
yeah, he's all fucking happy and shit. But when the robot turned around and did its little scan, everybody lit up green if they were good. He didn't. He didn't light up green because that robot was
the old man.
Yeah, the robot is programmed not to shoot or kill him.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, and anybody around him, because there was like it must have been an area, because there was the girl next to him who was like cradling and like scared shitless. She wasn't lit up either. So I think it was like anybody that was near him or him was safe. Yeah.
Okay. So you think?
Yeah, go rewatch that episode, and when that robot's scanning everybody, you'll see that he doesn't light up like everyone else.
I'm thinking, I just thought of this theory for next season. Main character, red hair guy. I don't know his name.
Ji Hyung or something like that. Ji Hyung.
Oh, that's right. Gi space HUN, right? Ji Hyun or something.
Gi dash, but yeah.
Or whatever. Hyphen. If we're getting real specific.
Gi hyphen.
Gi hyphen. Gi hyphen hun.
Gi hyphen. Okay. Settle down.
Yeah, God, we sound like I sound like a fucking. But anyway, here's what's gonna happen. He's gonna join the Squid Games next season, but since the old man dies, he's gonna not really take the place of the old man, but he's gonna possibly, if the games were rigged in a way to where the old man can't die, I think they're gonna be rigged in a way to where he might be an exception as well, to where like he won't be targeted in red light, green light. If he loses in marbles, he probably won't get killed.
The old dude knew he would try and come back for another games or try and stop him after that talk.
And maybe at the beginning when he gets his photo taken, it'll recognize him even though he's got red hair, and it'll go boop, there he is. We can't program shit so that he doesn't get killed.
And but then why would you do that though? Because then that just gives the guy an easier opportunity to like get inside and find out all your shit.
Maybe because the old man's last wish, because he's dead now, and he made friends. He made Ganbu with the main character, and he knew that he was going to go back. The old man wants to end the games now because he's dead, and so he's helping the main character in a way end the games because he knows the main character is going to go back and say, hey, this is all rigged. This is a fucking... I think so.
No.
I think the old man...
Why would the old dude have the games for 40 plus years?
Because I think he feels bad now that the main character came in
and
gave him feeling.
Saw that there's still good in people, because remember that homeless dude gets picked up right before
because remember the old man was like, I've watched the games for the last 40 years. I just wanted
a good person.
He was like, I wanted to participate and take part in it for my last hurrah sort of thing, and you showed me that there's like good and blah blah blah, and people can. The bum gets saved at the very, or not saved, but taken care of at the very end, and blah, when he's laying in his bed.
And then the old guy dies, so he didn't get to see it. But
at the end, when they become friends or ganbu in the marbles game, I think that's probably when he realizes, like,
because he was crying, dude. He was like trying. He didn't want to hurt the old man, but then he like used his dementia against him, and then you find out at the end, you're like, damn, that wasn't dementia. That old dude was just smart as fuck. Yeah, he was just smart as fuck. Yeah, it was a wild series.
Now that we've sat here and talked about it for 20 minutes.
Yeah, I think I gotta give it like a 6 and a half.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of the ending. So.
It was like the first couple episodes, other than that episode 2, which was a fucking snoozer, like really got me hooked. And then I remember messaging you at like episode 7. I was like, this fucking sucks.
This is no
I was like, this is the dumbest ending. You could already predict what was about to happen. Because once there was those 2 episodes where they fucking, the tug of war, and then what was the other one that just literally wiped out a shit ton of people? Oh, well, when they all started killing each other and shit.
Well, the things that wiped out a lot of people was when they killed each other, tug of war, because in tug of war, half of the population dies.
Yeah.
And then in marbles, half of the population dies again.
That's true, because it's a 2-partner thing. And yeah. Dude, that was so fucked. When I was sitting there thinking as everybody went as partners,
I
was like, oh, this is going to be easy. The main character has the old dude. They're going to find some way for...
Well, the second I realized that they had to play marbles, I was like, marbles is a game you play against someone. I knew that, so I was like, oh shit, they're gonna be playing against each other. And then you see the married couple together, and you're like, dude. Oh no!
Yeah, because the one dude was like, at least you don't have to like
play against your significant other.
Yeah, and fucking dude. Yeah. Then he had to. Yeah, his wife died because he beat her in marbles.
You see them go back into the room, and he's just sitting there like.
Fucking hangs himself right after that.
Super depressed. Yeah, that night he hangs himself, and they just come in with the coffin, and everyone's like, "What the fuck?" And then they look over in the corner, and he's just
all
hanging
fucking.
There.
Well, because the Sang Woo, the cousin, the other main character, he was like, well, if you don't want to be here, like make the sacrifices that you have to make, like get out of here. And that's like, bro, this guy just
don't get in my way.
Yeah, I was like, bro, this guy just killed his wife over some money that they're both trying to figure out for their debt, like. Get out of here, you senseless dude. That's when I started realizing, I was like, I think this guy's a real cockbag.
Yeah,
like this guy's a real douche.
Oh, when he switched out to marbles with rocks, like
with Ollie, yeah. And
you were saying earlier when we talked about this off air, the when Ollie beat him in the second, he went from like you fucking cheater to wait a minute, I've got a plan. You kind of know he flips that switch.
That he's fucked up in the head, and that you're like, damn, this dude's like meant.
You're like, fuck that guy.
I should have had the first red flag about him when him and the main character were sitting there having a smoke and coffee back after they had left the games the first time. And he was going to go talk to his mom, but he just didn't have the balls to do it.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, I put my mom's business up and in the house. Yeah, and then he was like, bro, why the fuck would you do it? Because remember the cops came at the end. They were like, if we don't find him, we have to take you and take your shit and everything.
Yep.
And he was like, bro, why would you do that? And he's like, because I got obsessed with gambling or stocks or whatever. And that should have been a red flag right there. Like, bro, you gave up your mom's house and business.
The minute I knew he was a piece of shit is the minute they were standing there getting ready. It was right before they played the sugar cookie game.
And he could have helped.
He was looking at the shapes, and he was thinking back, and someone had said something about maybe he didn't have any information or anything.
No, the girl had said something. They were making sugar.
That's right. And then they were making sugar, so he was like,
oh, fuck.
Because he had a flashback of an old man making those cookies or something.
At the park when they were all playing.
And so he knew what the shapes were going to be. And his cousin, the main character, was like, I'm going to pick the umbrella. And he was like,
wait, you don't want to, he's like, you sure you don't want the star? And then he was like, and then the old guy was like, no, I'll take the star. It's okay.
Yeah.
And then he was like, he just went quiet and he was like, no, I'll take the umbrella because I want the old dude or whatever.
He was just kind of like, all right.
Yeah,
whatever.
he was just like,
you're a piece of shit.
And dude, the main character started realizing that after,
I think he did.
Right after that cookie one, when he realized that, he was like, oh, okay. And then little by little, he started seeing the shit in his friend or cousin.
Motherfucker.
That's what I'm saying, dude. But yeah, I mean, good series for some of the twists and turns, I guess. But
I just like it because I'm fucked up and I like watching people get slaughtered.
All right. Yeah. Well,
I don't know what else to say.
I guess based off that, it's a 10 out of 10 for you, dog.
Nah, not really, because it like plot holes and shit. And like the first game was cool because you just see people getting fucking mowed down.
What was your least favorite game to watch?
So the first one was pretty cool because people are just getting destroyed. The second one was the sugar cookie one. That one was kind of boring, but it showed kind of like that game kind of showed you who was going to be the important characters because of like kind of the ingenuity with the cracked out girl, the lighter, the toe.
And then the gang member.
The gang member that she throws the lighter to, how the main character's licking the thing.
Showing the old guy and the old guy starts licking it too.
Yeah. So like that kind of shows that game was pretty good. I didn't really care for the tug of war just because it seemed kind of cheesy.
Quick. It was so quick.
Well, it was kind of quick and it kind of wasn't because like it was at the very end of the one episode and the very beginning of the next. Like it was a cliffhanger. And so I just thought that one was kind of cheesy because they did have a point in the whole like you're going to want a lot of men on their team because it's going to be a strongman competition basically. And it was 10 dudes versus like
3 girls, 90-year-old dude.
Yeah, and like 6 regular dudes.
Yeah.
And one kind of like fat dude or something. And they're like, oh, this Ali guy is supposed to be goddamn Hercules back there, just the Terminator fucking pulling this
with
rope.
his
like,
fucked up hand because he sliced his fingers at work.
Yeah,
whatever.
like get the fuck out of here with that shit. And so, but then the old man's like, oh, we gotta lean back. And then they all run forward. And
then they all shift sideways. Like they're like, whoo. And then they start fucking going at it. And I'm just like,
so that
I don't know.
I guess that one was probably, I didn't really care for it. And then the marbles tells you this, like, does a lot of story progression there. So I liked the marbles scene, and I liked the whole scene with the North Korean and the South Korean girl. That was a pretty good scene. And then the glass bridge, I just didn't really care for. I just wasn't.
The glass bridge pretty much was like an escape episode for them. They killed off so many of the main people in that one.
The way I look at the glass bridge one is because all the panels were like drilled to fucking just metal bars, like I-beams going all the way down, small beams kind of. You could have just like, if you had good balance, walked along those fucking beams all the way down.
Yeah, but they probably would have had one of the guards shoot you off or something.
I mean, it's just get to the other side, isn't it?
That's true.
They didn't. The guards weren't shooting the fucking girl when she was using the lighter.
Well, they never saw because remember she was hiding underneath the slide, which also
but
bullshit.
if they've got the fucking robot technology to have a giant doll be like,
dude, I didn't get how I didn't get how her and the gang dude. Bro, it's only your mic that does that.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Dude, I sit here and I move my mic this much every week. Just back and forth. I swear to God, man. I think it's because I sit here and I fuck with it so much.
Well, quit fucking with it then.
I'm like, I got OCD or something.
You got Asperger's. That's what you got. You got to fuck with everything.
I know. Okay. Give me just a sec. I was going the wrong way.
Yeah, you fucking tard.
Shut up. Okay.
Fucking shit your pants 20 minutes ago. Your fucking mic falls off. Can you get your shit together?
Hello? Check.
Yeah, you're fucking.
You got it, Dad?
Dumb shit.
Okay.
Thanks. What are we talking about? Oh, honestly, dude, I thought the last game was the most boring one.
The bridge?
The Squid Game. No, the Squid Game.
Squid Game itself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was so fucking brutal.
I mean, the fight
watch.
scene was kind of cheesy.
Yeah, it was like they were just rolling around on each other and shit. For
rolling around in the mud.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden it was like, stab. And then like, wrestle.
Since when does
stab?
When does the fucking average Joe limo driver and fucking bunk ass businessman suddenly become goddamn Jedi samurai warriors at the very end with these little fucking kitchen
butter
knives,
yeah.
And they're like, what's up? What's up? And they're like trying to get each other, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Block, stab, block, stab.
Dude,
I'm like, who the fuck? Where the Jet Li come from in this motherfucker?
Yeah,
get out of here.
Definitely a more Asian kind of thing right there, where they just made these dudes like unbelievably fucking ninja like.
I was waiting for one at the end to like defeat the other one and him just go, "You win, master. I commit seppuku."
And fucking
just kill himself.
Yeah, that's
like,
Japanese,
what the fuck?
but yeah,
the fuck.
Yeah, dude, that was.
I'm glad you know a little more about that than I do. You're like, that's Japanese, all right, brother.
You got to go on Netflix. There's a documentary series about the daimyo back in Japan when Japan was all split up into its own fucking kind of like the Vikings, how they all had their own clans and shit. And there's pretty much all the daimyo fighting each other to gain control of Japan. So, and then I learned that one of the main dudes. One of the main daimyos did that when he got caught, and he was like, and I was like, God damn, bro, that would be brutal. Like, you got caught, your castle or your fucking palace is getting taken over, and you're just sitting in your room with like a fucking sensi or some shit and like a candle lit, and you're like,
I love that you're doing all this with your hands are in your pockets,
in my pockets.
And you're like, I've been watching this the whole time. I'm like, dude, what are you fucking doing?
Playing with my little Peter over here. Yeah, no, he's just, yeah, dude, like, man, grab a fucking katana and just like, and then you just sit there and you're like,
just like,
and your fucking intestines and guts are just spilling out, and you're like, like trying to fucking fight it, and then you're just like, ugh, dead. And I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ.
I couldn't imagine, man.
Y'all gotta chill over there in Japan, man.
Insane.
But yeah, you should watch that. Fucking educate yourself some more.
I mean, I like watching people get slaughtered. So I mean, I could probably watch someone, but
I don't know. I like watching those kind of documentaries. You just learn, instead of learning about critical race theory these days and how to throw a rainbow flag instead of doing the Pledge of Allegiance to an American flag. Do you see that?
Man, I'll say the goddamn Pledge of Allegiance to an American rainbow flag if I need to. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. No, but yeah, I don't know. Squid Game was fucking 6.5 out of 10.
Speaking of that political bullshit, tell me about that article you seen earlier today.
Oh yeah, fucking was it former U.S. Secretary of State? Let me see this bitch.
Speaking of political nonsense.
Yeah, what?
I was going to say former U.S. Secretary of State, Mr.
No, former Secretary of State Colin Powell has died from COVID complications. He was 84 years old.
Caveat.
Guess what they didn't put in there? He's fully vaccinated.
2-time?
2-time, yeah.
Double?
Maybe slapped a booster in there a week ago or something, but
he's more than just a single prick. He's double pricked.
He's double pricked, yeah. Bro. Ooh, man.
So,
hey.
When is this gonna? I mean, when is
this gonna go back to
when
normal,
is it
guys?
good enough?
What the fuck? Like, what? And all the excuses people give, like at the beginning, all the old people are dying, and everybody's like, well, it's probably because they're old, and it's a new virus, so we don't know like what it's gonna do to people. Obviously, it's fucking nabbing the older people because they got other complications with their bodies, and fucking Nope. Oh, dude, you gotta get vaccinated. No, you gotta get fully vaxxed, dude. As long as it doesn't matter if you're fucking 5 or you're 85, you have to get fully vaxxed. And then all of a sudden, this dude dies, and everybody goes, "Oh, well, I thought if you're fully vaxxed, you're not supposed. It's supposed to keep you from dying because that's the new excuse now from everybody." And then they're like, "Well, he was 84, so obviously that could have been it." And it's like, yeah, motherfucker, we've been saying that for 2 years now. Like,
here's what I want to know.
Dude.
Here's what I'm asking.
Idiots.
Because we're doing everything you need. We're wearing masks. We're vaccinated once. We're vaccinated twice.
We're getting boosters.
We've got boosters. And this dude still croaks. When is it going to be good enough? What now? This guy, okay, now what?
I'm looking at the camera right now because I want the audience to tell me.
Well, I'm just like, okay, he was 80. That's your one crutch that you can stand on. Well, he was 84 years old. Okay, but take 40 years off his life, and then what's going to happen when someone fucking is 40 years old and they're double vaxxed and they wear masks and they die from corona? Then what? What more can we do? I mean, I get it. He was 80 though. He's not 40. Okay, he's not 40, but he's just the first. He's just the first, and I'm sure he's not just the first person that's been vaccinated that has still died from corona.
Oh no,
he's just the first prominent big case.
There was a 19-year-old girl
blah, blah.
that Joe Rogan brought up in his last podcast that had like. She had like a heart complication problem, or she had to get a transplant.
She had an underlying condition.
She had to get a transplant for something. So then she gets a transplant, but then they tell her she needs to be vaccinated. So she gets the shot, and the first shot kills her.
Okay. So when are we gonna figure out when the shot's gonna be good, or when the shot's gonna be beneficial, and when the shot's not gonna be?
It doesn't matter to the population of people that literally sit there and are like, coming up with excuses after excuse after excuse after excuse to fucking make people vaxxed. It's like, yo, fuck off, dude. You obviously don't know what you're talking about because people still are getting sick. People are still dying from this shit. And everybody's just like, nope, gotta trust the science. Gotta trust the fuck. What is the fucking science?
Here's the way I look at it is, okay, if we didn't get vaxxed, think of how many people it's going to affect. Okay, it's going to be a lot of fucking people.
A lot of people.
Now think of this, though. If we go the complete 180 degree, flip it the polar opposite, say 100% of everybody got vaccinated, how many people is it going to affect then? I mean, sure, everyone's going to be vaccinated, but how many people are going to have either
a death or more complication, like shingles for the rest of their life?
Shingles, we know that that's happened in some people.
Yeah.
I've heard cases like literally people that I work with that have like family members in their lives that are straight up like, hey, I just gave birth to my child. I was breastfeeding them. I got the vaccination. Literally cannot produce milk anymore.
Yeah.
The next morning, like, instantly
people
gone.
Are scared that it's going to affect women's reproductive system, so they're not going to be able to produce children pretty much.
They've been saying that that's not the case and that they've been doing tests on that, and that's
it's
not
like what
true.
on the 2 pregnant fucking women that you've had.
I can't speak on that because I
can't either. No, it's just a negative joke, but it's just like,
still, like,
fuck.
We want to go this one direction of like, if none of us got vaxxed, like natural immunity, blah, 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 and then it would just kind of go away. But then they want to flip it on the other side and be like, well, if we all got vaxxed, then fuck all the people it's going to affect, and all the vaccinated people are just going to be okay anyways. Like, okay, well, we want to say fuck all the people that like, we each want to have it our own ways. We all want to say, fuck that, we don't need to be vaccinated. The strong survive. And everyone else wants to say, fuck that, we all want to be vaccinated so that
you don't care about the world.
Everyone else that
you
might
don't
be.
care. Yeah. You're murderers.
The strong, and then someone else will survive, and
bro,
everyone else is going to die off. Like,
how about you just take your vitamins, go on a fucking walk every day.
Dude, you know how many vitamins I take a day?
Probably
so
not,
get this.
You're still ugly as hell.
I'm ugly as a motherfucker, but I'm trying to be healthy. So on the days that I work out and I actually eat something, so every day I take my allergy pill, I take vitamin C and vitamin D. I take those 3 every single day, no matter what.
You got an allergy pill?
Well, I've got pretty shitful allergies to everything, basically.
Sniffing ass.
Yeah, I know. Kid sniffing motherfucker. And so, God damn it, Biden, you can't sniff motherfucker. And so on the days that I actually work out, though, and have like something to eat during the day, I take those 3. So my allergy, vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin B, fish oil,
Bro, shut the fuck
Get
up.
this.
What do you got, a fucking container like on your kitchen sink?
I'll show you.
Fucking
Zinc,
weirdo.
CoQ10, that's a heart pill.
Slap some cocaine in there.
I take a probiotic.
Some yayo.
Some yayo.
Some yayo.
And then I think vitamin E or some shit too.
I got a video to show you after.
Okay. Well, I'll check it out here. Some yayo. I told you the story on the last podcast, I think, about the girl with the fucking, you got some yayo? I'm like,
no, I don't. I don't have Play-Doh, you fuck.
I don't got Kanye? Yay. Where's Yay, yo? That was the stupidest joke I've ever made. Kanye? Hey, where'd Yay, yo?
Oh, my God.
I think we got to end it on that. It's a fucking, you're up for 40 hours straight now. You got to get to sleep and go to work tonight, man.
Yeah, I went to work last night. I don't know how I survived. My boss came in this morning and he's like, "Man, you look like shit." And I was like, "Oh, thank you."
Thanks.
He was like, "What happened?" I was like, he's like, "Did you get your ass beat?" And I was like, "Not that I know of." And dude, both my eyes were like sagging, like super purple and black. And
Jesus.
Like, I just, oh man.
You look like death.
And I was like, I felt like
death warmed over.
Yeah, I felt like I had to puke all night, and then I didn't, and then like I took some Tylenol, and my fucking head was like, I like got home this morning, like I was.
Felt you were like at a rave in your head, just.
Dude, I was like, I was literally standing up, sleeping at one point in the kitchen, I think, because I was just sitting there waiting for my food to be cooked, and I was like. And then the fucking timer went off for it to be ready. I was like, oh.
Dude, I think you fell asleep in between the time I was getting gas and driving here. Because I texted you in your driveway and I was like, here. And then like 5 minutes later.
After we had just talked on the phone.
I called you again 5 minutes later and I was like, yo, what did I say? You here? And you were like, yeah, I'm here, you dumb. I'm at my house, you dumb motherfucker. Did you just hang up at that point? I was like, did the call drop or did this guy just hang up? I don't know. It was just like, I'm just going to wait.
All I heard, hey, you there? Like, yeah, I'm at my house, you dumb motherfucker.
Well, I didn't know what else to say. Like, hey, are you awake? Obviously, I just answered the phone, you stupid bitch. Like, what the fuck do you want me to say? Like, hey, are you going to come down and open the door? Obviously, you just fucking got here, you stupid fuck. Like, what do I say? Just calling to make sure you're still up.
I'm so sorry, dude. Whenever I'm like tired and somebody texts me or calls me, I'm just like, listen, you fucking piece of shit. You better lose this number. I'm going to fucking wreck the future generations of your family.
I could tell because I was like, you're like, I've been up for 39 hours. I was like, motherfucker, you stupid?
Yeah, you were like, what are you, fucking dumb as hell? And I was like, sorry, bro, I got a fucking bunch of people in my life that want to talk to me. And then, bro, I didn't respond because I saw it at the end, but you were like, your fucking coworkers and your little bat or your tea baggers up in your cornhole team are.
Buttes bag snatchers is what I said. Said your Buttes bag snatchers and your work don't count as a bunch of people.
Oh shit! And I was so mad at you because I read that right after I hung up, and I was like, "Stupid son of a bitch!" Of course, I'm at my fucking house, like, and then fucking read the message, and I was like, god damn it, I can't be mad at this guy because that was fucking hilarious.
Oh my god, that is so fucking funny.
Yeah, I'm kind of a dick when I wake up and I haven't had a lot of sleep.
Well, I mean, I get it. You've pretty much been up for like 2 days straight, basically, and you're just
watch you fucking hang yourself, Cole, you fucking waste of space.
Basically. Why are you still breathing air?
Why do you have my number, you fuck?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I'm an asshole. It's all right.
Okay. What time do you got to be up tonight for work?
Couple hours.
How many is a couple hours?
I don't know. What time is it?
Noon.
I'd be to work in 8 hours.
Oh, man, you got to get to sleep. Dude, let's turn this bitch off.
Let's get out of here.
All right, so that was episode number 27. Blah,
Hit the
blah,
bell.
blah, blah, blah,
Yep,
blah,
yep,
Tell your
all that
friends to
stuff.
share this shit on their Insta media and their social Twitters and their, you know, the how you do, you do.
Bye, guys. Have a good week.